Okay, so today we have Bentley. Bentley has been a great dog throughout this program. We've truly appreciated him, and we've loved working with him. So this video is going to be about his commands and those corrections to his commands, what to do if he doesn't listen. So I'm not exactly looking for him to listen really well in this video because it'll give me an opportunity to correct him in front of the camera, and it's something that you can go back to as you work with him and you're looking for tips or you're struggling with something. That's what this video is meant to do. Although he's been doing great, so I'll probably make up some corrections as we go along just to make sure we cover them. The first thing that I want to cover is going to be leash bumps. This right here is what we call a leash bump, okay? So you notice I don't hold him because there's no release there. If he gets away from me on the leash and I want him to come back to me a little bit closer, bump, bump, in whatever direction I'm in. It's also going to be used in sit and down. So it's going to be our main correction. The biggest, most important thing about leash bumps is that you don't go bump, bump, and hold that slack, okay? You want him to be comfortable. So bump, bump, and give it back to him. And then if he continues to mess up, bump, 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 continue telling him over and over what he's doing wrong. Also, our verbal correction, is what we use. The reason why I use that is because no, by now, has in a lot of dogs that come to me, no longer means anything. So we change it. You can use whenever he's thinking about doing something wrong or whenever he's making a mistake. All of those things. It's a warning. It's, hey, don't do that. But then whenever he goes ahead and commits the crime, then you have to get him in trouble, put a little bit more pressure on him otherwise. So we'll go through those two. So we're going to start with our leash bump and our walking. Okay. Bentley. So he's getting ahead of me, so I'm going to bump him back. You see how I bumped him back, and you see how he came back to me? That's what I'm wanting. I'm wanting him to look at me and go, yes, ma'am, what would you need? Bump, bump. Bump, bump. He's out on the side. Good job. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say the word S-I-T. I'm just going to bump him. And that's going to be how you can non-verbally get him to sit. And he'll do it over and over and over again. We'll do it again. Bump towards his tail, and he'll sit right down. Good job. Now we're going to use it in the down command. Down. And he listened. Good boy. Okay. Okay, so now we'll just use our correction. There's two corrections for down. You can use the bump method. Bump, bump. Oh, he didn't understand. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. And just kind of jingle it down. Good boy. Or you can use the leash method. Here. And what we're going to do here is we're going to drop what's in our right hand onto the ground. Okay? And then we're going to step on the leash, and he already knows. And then we pull up with our left hand. So it's kind of a pulley system right here. And you're not putting a lot of pressure on him, just a little bit of pressure on the back of the neck, and that's what we trained him to. Good boy. Okay. Good boy. So those are your two corrections for down. We'll give him a chance to do it on his own. Down. Good. He was waiting for it. Good job. Okay. So we're going to go right into stay. Down. Stay. So stay. I'm going to draw the line, and I'm going to walk away. After I draw the line, it's his responsibility to stay there. If he was to get up, then I would just go correct him. But I should be able to walk all the way around him. If he thinks about getting up, I can always use my verbal correction and tell him to stay there. Okay? So if he was to think about getting up, he says, you're not going to trick me today, lady. Okay, so you have to touch him in order to release him from a stay. So I'm going to correct him there. Good. Good. Okay, and then I can back away again. And he knows that he shouldn't get up. So I can come in close. But I haven't touched him, so he's not yet released. Then I can go back out far away. So, if I want to release him, then I'll go, good boy. Okay, good dog. Good dog. going to do place. Place. So place is all 4 feet on the place. It is understood stay, so you don't necessarily have to say stay. He doesn't have to sit or lay down. He just simply has to go to place, and he has to stay there. If his head bobs down and he goes to get off of place, then what I would do is I would give him his verbal correction and tell him that's not a good idea. But then if he commits, if he goes ahead and puts one paw off, that's whenever I step in and I say, I take him to place. And this is what I would do. So here's his release. Okay, so if he was to come off of here, okay, I would just grab his leash. I would grab his leash, place, and I'd put him right back on. And that's all your correction is for place. Okay, now if you struggle with it at home, if you need some help, we can get a little bit more firm with it. We can get a little bit more firm with it. We can put in some warnings. We can do a lot of things with place in order to get him to listen a little bit better if you're struggling with him coming off. But at first, what you're going to do is just continuously put him back on until he gets bored and he realizes that you're more stubborn than what he is. And he goes, oh, well, I guess she knows how to do these things too. So I'm not going to try it anymore because you guys know all the secrets now. Okay? So place. And then I'm going to release him. Good boy. Okay. Here. Up. Good. Okay, so up is only a confidence building command. Is it still, can you still see me? Mm-hmm. Okay. Up is only a confidence building command. What up does for us is it allows us, if he's having a rough training session, to come back to something that he knows, to something that takes a little bit of energy, that's fun, that he enjoys. Okay. And that he knows that he's going to do good. So that's how we use up, and there's no real correction for that. Good boy. So we've covered sit, down, stay, up. We'll cover his recall while you're here. Good boy here. Good boy. Okay. And we've covered leash obedience. Tessa, if you'll follow me with the camera, we'll do wait. Okay. So wait is a command that we're going to use entering and exiting our house or the backyard or things like that. So now we're going to use this door here. As I'm approaching the door, I'm going to tell him to wait. That way, I don't get to the door and him have to back up. Okay? So, say we're walking into the house. I'm going to say it. Wait. That gave me a chance to correct him. Wait. And then he, wait. And then he can't come in until I release him. Okay, Bentley. Good boy. Good boy. And then we're going to do the same thing coming out. So I would open the door. Wait. Open the door. Tell him to wait. That way I can come out. Jesus, there's a cat. And then I'm going to release him. Okay, Bentley. Okay, Bentley. Oh, you scared cat. Okay. Good job. So we've really enjoyed having Bentley in our program. He's been really good. I haven't noticed him get after the cats very much until like yesterday, and he chased a cat. So if you guys have cats and it becomes a problem, I will definitely help you through that. It's just not something that we've seen until honestly yesterday. So let me know what you think. But we've really enjoyed having him in our program, and we really look forward to working with him more in the future. Thank you.